What does it take to go from a kid in a wig on the Disney Channel to a name carved in gold on the most famous sidewalk in the world? For Miley Cyrus, the answer took 20 years, a dozen reinventions, and one emotional afternoon in Hollywood. The ceremony was packed with surprises, from the friends who showed up to speak, to the family member who was missing, to the words she chose that nobody saw coming. What she said about her own legacy is the part people are still talking about. Start with the moment itself. On a Friday in May of 2026, Miley Cyrus was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It was the 2,845th star ever placed on that legendary stretch of sidewalk, and it landed in the recording category, a nod to her decades as a singer. The spot is right on Hollywood Boulevard, the same street she used to wander as a little girl. Her name is now set in gold and pink stone, permanent and impossible to miss. That detail meant more to her than fans might guess. Miley grew up in Nashville, and when she was small, her family would visit Los Angeles and stay at a hotel right on that boulevard. She has shared that she and her dad would take late-night walks down the street, back when nobody recognized him. They would have the gift shops all to themselves and buy cheap fake Oscars and souvenirs. To go from those quiet walks to having her own star on that exact street felt, in her words, like a dream come true. The ceremony itself was stacked with star power. The actress Anya Taylor-Joy stood up to speak, and she did not hold back her admiration. She talked about remembering exactly where she was the first time she saw Miley, and she praised her for never asking permission to grow and change. She said Miley taught a whole generation how to own their own story, evolving from a Disney kid to a country singer to a rock star without ever apologizing for it. Then the fashion designer Donatella Versace took the microphone, and her tribute was just as warm. Versace, who often dresses Miley, called her one of the hardest working people she had ever met. She praised Miley for caring deeply about getting every song, every dance step, and every outfit exactly right. She even joked that if anyone steps over Miley's new star, they should do it with attitude and, if possible, in high heels. The crowd loved it. But behind all the celebration, there was one quiet absence that fans noticed right away. Miley's father, the country singer Billy Ray Cyrus, was not there. The two of them have reportedly been distant for the past couple of years. For a family that once felt inseparable on television, his empty spot at such a huge moment carried real weight. People wondered if she would mention him at all, or leave the wound unspoken. She chose grace instead. During her speech, Miley brought up her father anyway, sharing a piece of advice he used to give her. She recalled him saying that a skyscraper starts with a jackhammer, and that the same is true for a star on the Walk of Fame. The point he taught her was that big things are not built by force in one moment. They are built by repetition, by showing up again and again over many years. It was a touching way to honor him without ignoring the distance between them. That idea of repetition became the heart of her whole message. Miley told the crowd that what made the star feel special was that it represented an accumulation of devotion. She made it clear that, to her, the honor was not a trophy to chase or a prize to collect. She said it was not something a person makes their next record to win, only to carry it around for show. It was simply proof of years of love poured into her craft, stacked up one day at a time. Then she said something that caught everyone off guard. Instead of talking about her past, Miley turned to the future and to a time when she will no longer be here. She said her real hope is that what she leaves behind keeps touching the hearts of generations she will never get to meet. She wants her work to awaken something raw, joyful, and brave in people during the times they need it most. For a celebration of her own fame, it was a strikingly selfless thing to focus on. To understand why this moment mattered so much, it helps to look at how far she has traveled. Miley first became famous around 2006 as the star of the Disney sitcom Hannah Montana, playing a normal girl with a secret double life as a pop star. That role made her a household name while she was still a teenager. She could have stayed in that safe, sparkly box forever. Instead, she blew it up. Over the next 2 decades, she reinvented herself again and again. She shocked her old fans with the bold album Bangers and its giant hit Wrecking Ball. She leaned into rock, then soul, then country, refusing to be locked into any single sound. In 2024, her song Flowers won the Grammy for Record of the Year and became the best-selling single in the world. A year later, a collaboration with Beyoncé earned her another Grammy. She even became one of the youngest people ever named a Disney legend. The new star also tied neatly into her recent music. Not long before the ceremony, Miley had released an album that included a song actually called Walk of Fame, co-written with the powerhouse musician Brittany Howard. The track ends with the haunting promise that she will live forever. Miley has admitted that she knows that promise is not literally true, and that knowing her time is limited is exactly what lights a fire under her to keep creating. The star, in a way, was the song coming to life. The crowd that gathered told its own story. Fans packed the sidewalk for hours, some clutching old Hannah Montana memorabilia, others wearing outfits inspired by her many bold eras. People in the audience described seeing her in person as a moment they would remember forever, calling her a generational icon and a huge part of the culture they grew up in. Her star landed on a busy, everyday stretch of Hollywood Boulevard, the kind of spot where tourists and locals pass by without a second thought, which is exactly the point. Long after the cameras left, her name stays there for every one of those strangers to find. By the end of the ceremony, the woman standing on that boulevard was no longer the kid in the wig who once roamed those same gift shops unnoticed. She was a generational artist with her name locked into the ground forever, surrounded by family, friends, and the icons who once inspired her. Her mom Tish and sister Brandy were there, along with her fiancé, cheering her on through the tears. The little girl who used to walk that street holding her father's hand now has her own piece of it, set in gold and pink for as long as the city stands. She came to Hollywood with nothing but a dream and a knockoff souvenir Oscar. She is leaving her mark on the same sidewalk that once belonged to strangers, and somewhere on Hollywood Boulevard, her star will still be shining long after the cameras are gone. If this story moved you, do the channel a quick favor and tap that like button. Hit subscribe so the next big celebrity moment lands right on your feed, and drop a comment telling us your favorite Miley Cyrus era. Celeb Pulse TV has plenty more coming, so stick around.